So it's often common for there to be music in a Pilates class. I personally really enjoy listening to music while I practice Pilates. And also, one of the traditional or classic methods of Pilates is that there's no music. So I decided, rather than making a call either way, to let you all decide if you can just have your screens muted, and then you can turn on your favorite music. There's not much like of a beat necessity, so you can turn on your favorite songs, your favorite playlist, your favorite artist, and listen, or you can join me with no music, and that's more of a mindful internal experience, and both are amazing. I love both, so there's not a right or wrong, but I'm going to let you all make that call for yourself. Just a quick, so those of you just joining us, if you look in the chat, there should be a link, and the link is to a waiver that I would love if you all could take a couple minutes to fill out. We have a minute or so before we'll get started. And that's just a waiver acknowledging that you're participating in physical activity and that there are some risks involved. And I will do everything I can to minimize those for you. Yeah, if you have any questions, unmute and ask me or send me something in the chat if you can. And like for those just joining as well, you'll need a mat if you're on hard floor like stone or wood. And if you're on carpet, then you should be all set. You're welcome to use a mat on carpet, but it's up to you. This is about you and your experience. So whatever you want to do to set yourself up for success, please do that. I'm going to give it another minute or so just to see who else joins us. Yes, of course. It looks like Gabby just sent it as well in the chat if you can see it, but I will also send it one more time. Can everyone see it? Did everyone get it? If not, you can just unmute and say something.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Great. Some of you I can see, some of you I can't, but how many of you all, is this your first time practicing Pilates? We got a couple. Okay, well, if it's your first time or not, welcome. My name is Joy. This is Pilates. Before we get started, I'm going to read a quick disclaimer just for you all to have an idea of, really it's to help us legally. You should consult your physician or other healthcare professional before starting this or any other fitness program to determine if it is right for your needs. Do not start this fitness program if your physician or healthcare provider advises against it. If you experience faintness, dizziness, pain, or shortness of breath at any time while exercising, you should stop immediately. Please stop. You should understand that when participating in any exercise, there is a possibility of physical injury. If you engage in this fitness program, you agree that you do so at your own risk. Are voluntarily participating in these activities, assume all risk of injury to yourself, and agree to release and discharge Appalachian State University from any and all claims or causes of action arising out of your participation in this program. Please listen to your body and enjoy the class. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to just say it one more time. If you are on carpet, you should be good. You're welcome to use a mat. If you're on hard floor, I highly recommend having a mat or a blanket or a towel or something, because we are going to be rolling, and that's to protect our lovely spine. I'm not personally going to play music. You are welcome to turn on your favorite song, your favorite playlist, artist, whatever. There's conflicting thoughts on whether we listen to music while we do Pilates, so I'm letting you choose what you want to do, listening to your body and creating your own experience. So with that, I'm going to be moving the computer. I've never taught virtually before, so we're going to figure this out together. I'm excited to get started, and hang in there with me, because who knows what's going to happen. So with that in mind, if you all could join me to standing, get to standing however you want to get there. I'm going to move this back, actually. So for Pilates, there's an important stance called Pilates stance, and you can kind of see me, but our heels are together, our toes are wide, our inner thighs are engaged and working towards each other, our low belly is engaged, and our pelvis is tucked in. So it's easy to kind of do this duck waddle here, but we want to have that that abdominal engagement to bring our pelvis in. Beautiful. So kind of play with that for a moment. Don't forget to breathe. And from here, our work in Pilates is we're trying to strengthen and develop a supportive relationship with our innermost abdominal muscles. So we have a muscle called the transversus abdominis that covers pretty much all of the belly and even wraps around to the back a little bit. So with that in mind, it's hard to engage the transversus abdominis sometimes because we're not used to doing that. So I'm going to invite you just to practice finding this deep belly engagement, and it's kind of that feeling of like putting on a tight pair of jeans, that kind of deep belly right around here, engagement and lifting. So just take maybe 2 breaths here to inhale, and then exhale, find that engagement. We inhale once more, and we find that deep belly engagement. And keep playing with that. If you don't feel it right away, that's fine. If you don't feel it all today, that's fine. It's a process, so be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. I'll now invite you to join me at the top of your mat, or the front of your work area. We'll be up here in our Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart, inner thighs engaged, pelvis tucked in, low belly engaged. We'll bring our arms out in front of us, kind of like a genie, as some people will call it. And everything is initiated from our low belly. One of our legs comes back, and we slowly lower ourselves to the ground, however you want to do that. When you come to a seated position, we'll scoop, so we're sitting on our sits bones, our feet are on the mat, our knees are pointing towards the sky, our arms stay out in front of us, or they can come behind us if need be, if this is our first time doing this, and we'll slowly lower ourselves to the ground, to laying down on our back. If you have the space, please take a moment to stretch out, arms overhead, legs out, taking a full body yawn, as some people like to call it. Checking in, noticing the sensations that you're feeling this morning. Maybe you just woke up, maybe you've already been very productive today. Whatever that is, taking a moment, 1 or 2 breaths here to settle in to now. Now I invite you to think about your spine in relationship to the floor. The spine goes all the way up to the back of the head and the back of the neck. So include that area, maybe starting at the very back of your skull, and simply walking down, sending love and light and attention to every single vertebra of the spine. Playing with how it touches the mat, how it moves, how they move in relationship to each other. There's a saying I really like, is we're only as healthy as our spine. It's a yoga saying, but I think it applies to everything. And with that in mind, you're welcome to stay here, or you can bring your feet to the mat once more. And we're gonna just take 2 more breaths like we did standing to find that abdominal engagement, but this time laying on our back. So at your own pace, we'll inhale and exhale, sinking the belly, bringing the belly button to the spine, whatever cue you want to think about, to engage those deep abdominals. And we release. Inhale and exhale to engage, finding that engagement. Lovely. Now I invite everyone to bring your knees into your chest. Once again, feeling that orientation of your spine on the mat. I promise we're gonna start working in a minute here. And now we're gonna bring our legs out to a tabletop position. You'll feel your low back wanna come off the mat. And our work in Pilates is to keep that from happening. And that happens with our low belly engagement, with our transversus abdominis, keeping our low back onto the mat. Like in our Pilates stance, our inner thighs are engaged, so you might feel some space here, and just have those inner thighs working together. Our neck is released and relaxed, and our arms are by our sides. We're gonna let our arms hover as we just practice for a couple times here, pumping our arms from the shoulder. So it's easy to kind of do this like wave thing, and it looks kind of cool, but that's not what we want right now. We want a long, strong, integrated movement from our shoulder. Once you feel like you have that, we're gonna integrate our breath. So we're gonna breathe in for 5 counts, and we're gonna breathe out for 5 counts. Whenever you're ready, I'm gonna start breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, sink the belly on your exhale, 4, 5, and last, 1, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side, and now we're gonna put our feet on the mat, knees facing up, arms overhead. We're beginning our roll up. If you've done Pilates before, you know the full versions of all of these, and you're welcome to do them, but we're gonna work our way up to them for those that are new to Pilates. On our inhale, our chin comes to our chest and our head begins to roll up. When we get to this moment of like, oh no, where am I going? We exhale to engage our abdominals and we roll ourselves up. We use our bent knees to help us because it's tricky. When we get to the top, our legs extend out, arms extend up, and we do a nice hamstring fold here. Giving our legs, our back some love, and then our low belly initiates the roll back up. Knees bend. If you need to make more room, go for it. Our hands can stay up or they can come to the backs of our legs as we scoop through the belly roll through our pelvis, and gently, one vertebra at a time, roll all the way down. Lovely. Arms come up overhead. And we do that again. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale at that moment where you don't think you can go any farther. Welcome the shake, the heat, whatever you're feeling. We get to the top. Legs extend out. And we fold over. Low belly initiates that scoop back, knees bend, and we roll back down. Arms can be out or behind. Beautiful. We're going to keep our left leg bent, and our right leg is going to reach towards the sky. I invite you, for leg circles is what this is called, to have your hands on your pelvis, because it's easy to rock side to side, and as we strengthen through our abdominals, that's going to decrease, but having our hands here just brings that awareness. On an inhale, we're going to cross our leg over, down, exhale, sink the belly, and that's what brings your leg back up. We cross over, down, exhale, sink the belly, up. One more. Down, exhale, sink the belly, up. We reverse. Out, sink the belly, leg comes up, and out, down, sink the belly, we come up. You can hug your calf here or the back of your thigh to give your hamstring some love. Before switching, this time, right leg to the floor, left leg to the ceiling. Once again, arms can be on the pelvis or they can be by your sides. If they're by your sides, this is working your triceps. Your arms are really pressing into the mat to keep you stable. And once again, we cross over, down, exhale, up, and across. Down, exhale, up, one more, down, exhale, up. We reverse, out, exhale, up, out, exhale, up, last one, and up. Beautiful. Give your hamstring some love here. You can be on the thigh or the calf. Listening to our bodies here. Before we release. So that was just an introduction to the first 3 moves in Pilates, and we're going to go through it again, this time with more repetitions. Oh, and my dog's going to join us here. Hi. So moving into our 100, as we did before, we're laying down, knees into the chest, arms by our sides, and we're out into a tabletop position. So our shins are parallel to the ceiling. Arms are strong by the sides and they hover, and we pump. Now, before we start, you're welcome to keep your head on the mat or curl your chin into your chest. We roll up just to the tips of the shoulder blades, gaze on the belly. This changes it. If you feel your neck get tense, stop. We're gonna do 5 sets here. Inhale and out is 1 set. When you're ready, we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, sink the belly, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 1, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful. Knees into the chest, rock side to side. Notice if you raised your head up how that was different. We don't want to strain the front of the neck here, so if at any point when our head is raised, you're feeling that tension, lower your head, because the head doesn't add a lot to the core workout. So you're still going to get that deep belly engagement. We're going to do 5 more sets for a total of 10. because it's called the 100 for 10 sets of 10. And this time, you have the option to be here, here, or maybe even here. With our legs extended, I'm in a Pilates stance, as you can see. My low back is engaged, and just give it a try. And you also are welcome to be here if you're feeling your neck. So wherever your 100 is at this moment, come into your 100 position, arms stay strong, and on my count, we pump in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. And out. In and out. Hug the knees into the chest. Lower the head. And notice how that felt. Moving into our roll up, we've done this before. Arms overhead, feet on the mat, knees towards the ceiling. We inhale, chin to chest. Exhale when it gets hard. To scoop, we roll up. Extend the legs out, and we fold. We come back up, bend the knees, walk ourselves down our legs or keep our arms out, and down. This next time, I invite you to really focus on your breath, keeping your breath continuous, noticing where you might be holding your breath, and releasing. We inhale, chin to chest, exhale when it gets hard. Inhale, grow tall. We exhale to fold. Inhale, low belly initiates the movement back. We begin to roll. Exhale when it gets hard. And we come back to resting. Before you go into another one, I'm going to offer another option. You're welcome to stay here with your knees bent, using them, or we can extend our legs out long. If your legs are out long, they are in Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart, and they stay rooted in the mat. It's easy for the legs to want to come up. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It's easy for the legs to want to come up as you're rolling, and so the work is to try to keep them rooted to the mat. Arms up overhead, however you want to do it. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale when it gets hard. And we fold. Take a moment here to really stretch out, giving our hamstrings and our low back some love. Before initiating the low belly movement, if your legs are out long, try to keep this curve as we roll back. One more at your own pace, your own way. There is no wrong way to do this if you're listening to your body. Great job, everyone. I can't see you, but I am sure you all are doing a great job. Lovely. So now moving into our leg circles, you have the option, remember, to have one leg bent, one leg towards the ceiling, hands on the hips to keep them stable. You also have the option of extending the bent leg out. Now, if both legs are straight, both legs are in a half Pilates stance. So they're rotated. So I don't know if you can see me, but here, I'll do it this way. This is my leg straight, and this is my leg in a half Pilates stance. So we want to find that rotation, and it's in the outer thigh. And it's kind of brutal when you first do it, so I get it. But just play with it, try it, listen to your body. However you want to do your leg circles right now, both legs extended or one knee bent. We're going to inhale, cross over the body, down, exhale, up. We inhale, down, exhale, up. Inhale over, down, exhale, up, over, down, exhale, up. Last one, over, down, exhale, up. We reverse, out and up, and out and up. Inhale out, exhale up, inhale out, exhale up. Last one, out, exhale up. Beautiful. Finding that nice hamstring stretch, noticing the shake. I feel it too. Before releasing. Something really cool I learned is that when you're stretching out your hamstring and you're feeling that intense shake, that's your muscle releasing. I was always like, I'm just shaking, but it's actually the muscle like letting go of tension, which I thought was cool. Anyway, moving on to the other side. Knee bent or straight. Both legs, if straight, are in a half Pilates stance. This external rotation of the thigh. Hands on the hips or the mat. We inhale, cross. Exhale, up. Inhale, cross. Exhale, up. Inhale, cross. Exhale, up. Inhale, cross. Exhale, up. Last one, cross. Exhale, up. We reverse. Exhale, up and reverse. Sink the belly and reverse. Exhale, up. Last one. Exhale, up. Beautiful. Give that hamstring a good shake. Let it release some. I'm feeling it, y'all. And then release. Great job. We're gonna do one more official Pilates exercise called rolling like a ball. And this is when you're gonna want some cush if you're on a hard surface. I think it's one of the funnest things to do, so I thought it's okay to laugh. Please laugh, because it's fun. We're gonna so come up to seated, and we're gonna find our sits bones, which are at the base of our pelvis. If you want to kind of move the cheeks aside a little bit to feel it, go for it. If you're having trouble connecting with that area. And then when you're ready, just play with it because it's different, it's new. So be kind to yourself. We're gonna come to balance on those sits bones. And it's easy here to like go, because I'm balancing and this is scary. But actually, you can release and be relaxed. You don't need to tense up, to hold yourself there, because it's actually a beautiful natural point of balance in your body, and your abdominals are supporting you. They got you. So it's a sink in the low belly that's helping with this balance. Just play with it. If you can't find it, maybe next time. No worries. If you just want to play with finding this balance the whole time, go for it. Otherwise, from here, our toes are together, our knees are apart, our belly is scooping, and our hands are on our shins. We're going to be sitting at the front of our work area. On an inhale, we scoop the low belly so much that we just happen to roll back. And we exhale to come up. So we inhale, exhale. Now, before you do another one, it's really easy to do this, where you bring everything in. What we want to see is the space, this big water balloon is in between your legs and your chest. And you don't want anything to pop it. So you don't want to come forward. Your legs don't want to come to you. Everything stays exactly how it is the whole time. Play with it. It's not easy. So do 4 more at your own pace, remembering to breathe because the breath is the most important. And then come up to sitting whenever you're done. Yeah, so that's rolling like a ball, one of my favorites in Pilates. From here, we're gonna move onto all fours. We're transitioning out of traditional Pilates movements and we're gonna get into more stretchy, strengthening yoga kind of things because personally, I think my body feels the best when I have a mixture of the two because they really complement each other. So we're going to start on our all fours, kind of in a tabletop position if you know yoga. Our hands are under our shoulders and our knees are directly under our hips. The tops of our feet are on the mat and our gaze is down. We're going to take a moment here to drop the belly, gaze is forward. And then we exhale, scoop to the belly, finding that deep abdominal engagement to lift the back, gazes to the belly. And we inhale, drop. Look forward. Exhale, up. And curl. And we drop. Inhale. And up. Exhale. Take a few more at your own pace. Before we walk our hands out, we curl our toes under, and we're going to come into a plank position. Knowing you have the option to be on your knees here, this is just as effective, and we're going to build our strength. So we're going to hold our plank. Notice your breath here. It's so easy to go into plank and go, and just hold. However, we want to keep breathing. If you want to add in some movement, maybe rocking forward, side to side, adding some movement. Welcoming the heat and the shake. For 3, you got this, 2, and 1. Lower your knees, beautiful. Take a moment, sink back onto your heels into a child's pose. When you're ready, coming back onto all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We will now curl our right toes under and extend our right leg, keeping our toes on the mat here. Continuing with this hamstring love theme, giving ourselves a little hamstring stretch and massage. And then when you're ready, maybe even lifting that leg off of the mat. You're welcome to stay here, or maybe you extend your left arm out forward, coming into a balance here. Engaging your low abdominals, taking that work that we did in the Pilates and integrating it here. You're welcome to stay here, Where you can inhale, lengthen, exhale to curl. Knee to elbow. We inhale out. We exhale to curl. We inhale out. Exhale to curl. We inhale out. Exhale to curl. Last one, inhale out. Exhale to curl. Release. Shake it out. Before curling the left toes under and lengthening that left leg, toe stay on the mat. And we give our left hamstring some love. You're welcome to stay here, or maybe we lift that left leg. Knowing that this is a wonderful option, or we can also engage our abdominals and lengthen through that right arm. Connecting with that transversus abdominis, that deepest layer of abdominal muscle that we practiced in the Pilates work. We lengthen on our inhale and exhale to curl, knee to elbow. Inhale out, exhale to curl. We inhale out, exhale to curl. Inhale out, exhale to curl. Inhale out, exhale to curl. Last one, out, exhale to curl. Lovely work, everyone. From here, we'll walk ourselves up to seated, swing our feet around, and come to rest on our back. Once again, this time though, our knees are pointing towards the ceiling, our feet are on the mat, and our heels are as close to our booty as possible. Arms, like in leg circles, are rooted into the mat. Our triceps are really working here, and our low belly is engaged. On your inhale, you'll slowly roll yourself up, finding that scoop in the pelvis that we worked so hard on. And coming into a bridge in yoga or a tabletop in other thoughts. And we're gonna hold. And we grow higher on the inhale and we hold. And we inhale and we hold. And we inhale and we hold. Last one, inhale and hold. And then slowly, when you're ready, one vertebra at a time, we lower ourselves to the mat. If you're feeling pain in your knees, walk your knees out a little bit. If it continues, then go into a plank or go back to any of the Pilates that you enjoyed before. We don't want knee injuries. But we're gonna go again. So ankles as close to the booty as possible. Arms really helping us here. They're rooting us into the mat. Our triceps are getting some good work. When you're ready, on an inhale, scoop through the belly, and we roll up. Giving your knees some love, giving your back some love. Imagining there's a book or a block in between your thighs, and we're squeezing them together, like in Pilates stance. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, grow higher. And we inhale, grow higher. Inhale. Inhale, working those glutes, you got it. Inhale. Last one. Inhale, and we slowly lower down. Checking in with your body here, checking in with your knees. Knowing you have other options. You are the only authority on your body and what you need. So listen to that. And we're gonna go again. So when you're ready, heels as close to the booty as you can get them, or out if you're feeling your knees. Triceps working hard to help us out. On our inhale, we scoot through the pelvis, engage our low abdominals, and we curl up. When you're ready on your inhale, you grow taller. And then on your inhale, even more. Inhale. Inhale. Keep those inner thighs engaged. Squeeze them towards each other. Inhale. And last one. Inhale. Working that booty, you got it, and we lower. Great job. Curling the knees into the chest. Rocking side to side. Doing whatever you need to do here. Maybe that's a little happy baby, grabbing the bottoms of your feet with your hands and kicking your feet into your hands. Stretching out those inner thighs and those glutes that we just worked. I invite you to take the next few minutes to really just check in with your body and do whatever you need. I know it's uncomfortable to not have someone telling you what to do, but explore what it's like to listen to your body and let that be your teacher, that be your guide. What your body is craving in this moment. And letting it be uncomfortable, letting it be weird, letting it be like, this lady's crazy. Because it is unorthodox. It's not what we're taught to do in this world. So, noticing where you need to send some love or some attention. Maybe you're feeling tension and then some soreness in your abdominals. So you can come to your belly and stretch them out. Maybe you just need grounding and breath, so go into a child's pose. Maybe you're wanting some more work, so hold plank, do some push-ups, go through some sun salutations if you're familiar with those. Listening to what your body's craving right now in this moment. As we finish up here, I have a couple of announcements. Keep listening to your body though. There's a whole schedule of virtual group fitness classes through AppState. If you follow AppState Fitness, which I think you do if you got here, there's a whole schedule, or you can message me and I can get that to you if you're wanting to take other classes. I will be here every Thursday at 10:30 doing Pilates. We're kind of exploring if this is a Pilates class or if this is like a yoga Pilates hybrid. So we're gonna play with that. If you have feedback or requests, I welcome all of that, because I mean, I've never taught virtually before. So please help me grow as an instructor if you have advice. I know these are crazy times for everyone, and if you have ideas of how we can better help and support you as a fitness community, please let us know as well, because we're open to ideas. I mean, we all care about wellness in community, so any ideas you have that can help foster togetherness, we would greatly appreciate. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, I'm Joy, and this was Pilates. You're welcome to message at App State Fitness on Instagram with feedback saying for Joy or for the Pilates class on Thursday if you don't remember my name. Or you can message me privately on my Instagram, which is at joyas_21. Or you can email me at silerjs@appstate.edu. So those are all options. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week. And maybe I'll see you next Thursday for Pilates.